adventures of Wonder Woman and Green Lantern First Flight comes the next installment of the DC Universe animated original movies. Superman, Batman, Public Enemies.
People that know Superman know the characters involved, and all you really have to say is that Lex Luthor becomes President of the United States. You can imagine the problems that ensue.
Isn't there anyone among you freaks and monsters who can take down this one alien?
Luckily, Superman and his, reluctant buddy Batman get together and sort things out.
I think when you'll see Public Enemies, you'll get to see the two pillars of the DC universe engaging in a total buddy cop thriller action movie ride. I think what Jeff Loeb did in bringing together these two characters in Public Enemies was he isolated that he had an opportunity, and he had an opportunity to look at Batman through Superman's eyes and vice versa, to look at Superman through Batman's eyes. And that's a very interesting thing. I don't think it had ever been done in quite such a way where you would really run side-by-side commentaries of one character's perception of the other. That was one of the things that we really tried to preserve in the movie. Through action, through dialogue, it's a difficult thing.
Jeff Loeb is, amongst all of his other virtues, he is the master of the crazy turn-the-page reveal. You turn the page and, oh my God, there's Captain Marvel and Hawkman, and they're gonna kick Superman and Batman's ass. And so to me, that's the feeling I got from the comic, and that's something that we tried to get across in the movie.
Public Enemies is basically a film noir story. It's really Luthor's story, which is interesting. It's both Batman and Superman, but it's the primary character in it is Luthor.
The major plot thread is Luthor's descent into just pure madness. He's been giving himself injections of pure kryptonite, and it's been making him stronger, but it's also been driving him absolutely insane.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, if someone's got to keep America safe for democracy, it might as well be me. Why not?
We wanted to, as much as possible, reflect the look of Ed McGuinness' work in the comic.
Ed's style is it's like muscles on top of muscles, and tendons wrapping around, and it's really super defined. And ours is a little bit more simplified than that, but they're a lot more ripped than what you're used to seeing in a DC cartoon. It's almost as if you took our cartoon style from Batman, the animated series, and Superman, and injected them full of steroids.
In developing the movie and in producing the Public Enemies movie, we very much drew from central scenes in the comic. And one of the best ones is the one where Superman is shot with a kryptonite bullet and Batman has to rescue him.
Outside of all the fighting and all that kind of stuff, to me, it's the best part of it was trying to tell this emotional story.
The kryptonite's near your heart. I don't know if I'll be fast enough to get to it before the wound closes.
Where's the Flash when you need him?
Do me a favor and lose the sense of humor.
Do us both a favor. Buy one.
Over the course of the different DC Universe animated movies, we've used different voices for Batman and Superman and the other characters than we've used in past traditional animation.
So when I was being asked to cast this, I went back to my bosses and said, please, 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 let me go back to my main actors that I had played these characters for me from the get-go.
We actually had all three guys in the room at the same time to record their parts, and which we don't often have that luxury of getting all the actors in the room together. But these guys are so good anyways, and to be able to actually be in the room and play off of each other's line readings, it made all their performances just that much juicier and that much more fun.
There's some really good newscast edge to it, and I want to get rid of some of that. I don't want him to sound so slick that way.
That's the thing. I want him to be a little bit more of a comedian, so it's
exactly.
like old school Dennis Miller.
Exactly.
They have such an ear. They're so trained, and the whole team that they conveniently turn off the headphones so that we don't hear what they're saying behind our in front of our faces, behind the glass. And they're very specific and very particular, and they need exact things in order to make the shows work. And so it can be momentarily grueling, But for the most part, it's just so much fun.
Luckily, we're blessed with Andrea Romano, who's such a phenomenal voice director, and I think she knows exactly where to take him and how much to give him.
Whole thing's just plain ridiculous. I can't prove I didn't kill him.
I can.
Oh, I can. Oh, yes, I can. No, that's Superman's the good guy, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I had no idea what the project was all about. It's just Andrea called, and you know, I've known her for a long time. I love this woman. There's nothing I would not do for Andrea Romano. If it's within my power, it's like it's done.
The initial record is about as much fun as you can have legally. I mean, you know, with your clothes on. And you don't even really have to have your clothes on.
Some of us still believe in putting our country first.
Very good. That's all Gary needs.
So different from Desert Housewives.
It all kind of seemed like an excuse to have, you know, just crazy action scenes, you know, with like every supervillain you can imagine, you know, being tossed to Superman, and then every hero, and... At a point in the story, Luthor puts this huge bounty on Superman's head, you know, $1 billion, bring me Superman. And so every supervillain you can imagine comes out of the woodwork. They want to get that $1 billion. So there's this crazy fight scene where it kind of starts big and then gets bigger. It's Mongol, Parasite, Solomon Grundy,
Yanta,
Major
Black
Force,
Lightning,
Power Girl, Mr. Freeze,
Gorilla Grodd,
Tallow,
Icicle,
Hawkman.
Captain Marvel.
It's just like, what? This is going to be some of the craziest wild action scenes you've ever seen in a cartoon, and that was kind of what we were aiming at. Was like, you know, how over the top can you go?